Hi everyone, if you can hear me, obviously let me know. If you can see me, let me know. But I'm here, ready and waiting with my Harry Potter quiz, wearing my Slytherin jumper, because that is my house. We are misunderstood creatures. But if you can see and hear me, fantastic. Let me know in the comments. Ryan's here. Ryan's always here. Now, for those of you who might come and see my quizzes or Instagram or anything like that, and you don't know who Ryan is my fiance. We don't live together at the moment, obviously, because of the situation that's going on. But he is a massive Harry Potter fan, and he really thinks he's going to win this. But I'm not convinced because his memory is a little bit rubbish. He's really good at Harry Potter, but his memory sucks. So, oh, he's telling me I look pretty. Is that so that I text you all the answers? So yeah, it's also his birthday tomorrow, so I feel like he should win, but I don't think he will. Oh, my buddy Alice is here. Yes, she also is a big Harry Potter fan, and she also thinks she's going to do really well. So we will see. You two can fight it out. I'm going to give everyone a few moments to kind of hop on if they do. Hello, Martin here and eating dinner. Although I feel like my memory is so bad, I'm not sure which one of you that is, but we will see. Oh, Alex is here. Ryan can get stuffed. I'm winning this. I love how competitive the Potterheads are. I love it. That's quite amusing. So I'm hoping that there's enough knowledge in the enough like varied knowledge in the quiz. So there's things that people will know if they are not massive fans, things that people will know if they are massive fans. And this is a really big thing, so remember this. Most of the questions are film based questions. There are some of the questions that are book based, and they might just be knowledge that you can only get if you've read the books, but most of them, bear in mind, I'll be basing them on the films because that's what more people have had a chance to see. So not everyone has read all the books, but most people that are doing this quiz will have watched all the films. So I wanted to kind of put it out there that it is mostly film based and not overly book based, but bear in mind there will be some book questions. Just wanted to throw that out there. So let me explain how this is actually going to work, what the rounds are. Aston's here. Oh, there's so much going on. Everyone's here. So we've got 4 rounds. The first 3 rounds are out of 10, and then the 4th round is out of 20. So there are 50 questions in total. But when I say out of 10, I actually lie. That's the amount of questions. There are more points up for grabs. All in all, it's out of 54. So there's 50 questions, but it's all out of 54. So make sure you've got your pen and paper ready. Please don't put your answers in the comments. We had a few last week of people slipping up and putting their answers in the comments. Don't do that. Don't put them in the live chat. Put them on your pieces of paper. As usual, I would do round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, then all of the answers. I won't go and do the answers straight after. If you need any repeats or if I buffer at any point, please do let me know, because that can happen. Everyone else in my household has been told not to be on Skype, so hopefully we won't have any buffering issues. But I think that's it. I think that's all my admin. I think we're just going to crack on. So I'm going to let you know what the first round is. The first round is 10 questions long, and it is out of 10. No bonus questions for round 1. And the category is Harry Potter families. Harry Potter families. So these are families in the Harry Potter franchise. This is not just to do with Harry Potter's family. So various questions to do with the families in Harry Potter. Here we go. Question number 1. Which Weasley child is the oldest? Which Weasley child is the oldest? The question originally said which Weasley is the oldest. And I thought, hang on a minute. That would be one of the parents. But which Weasley child is the oldest? Question number 2. What is the name of Draco Malfoy's son? What is the name of Draco Malfoy's son? This will probably be a book question. I'm not sure they mention it in the film. This will be a book number 7 question for you all, / Cursed Child, if you're into that. Number 3. What job do Hermione's Muggle parents have? What job do Hermione's Muggle parents have? Number 4. What county do the Dursleys live in? What county do the Dursleys live in? Number 5. The initials R.A.B. turned out to be Sirius's brother, but what was his first name? The initials R.A.B. turned out to be Sirius's brother, but what was his first name? Number 6. Let me know if I'm going too fast, too slow. It's hard to know when you're not the one answering them. Number 6. Who does Neville Longbottom marry? Who does Neville Longbottom marry? I did this quiz on my family earlier on last week, and we had 3 different answers for that question from the 3 different members of my family. Number 7. There are 3 sisters in this family: Bellatrix Lestrange, Andromeda Tonks, and who is the 3rd sister? 3 sisters in one family: Bellatrix Lestrange, Andromeda Tonks, and one other. Who is the other one? Number 8. What is the name of Fleur's sister? Fleur Delacour, what is the name of her sister? Number 9. When Ginny starts her first year of Hogwarts, which year are Fred and George going into? When Ginny starts her first year of Hogwarts, which year are Fred and George going into? And number 10. What is the name of Albus Dumbledore's brother? What is the name of Albus Dumbledore's brother? Okay, I'm going to do a recap of all of those. This is the Harry Potter families round. Number 1, which Weasley child is the oldest? Number 2, what is the name of Draco Malfoy's son? Number 3, what job do Hermione's Muggle parents have? Number 4, what county do the Dursleys live in? Number 5, the initials R.A.B. turn out to be Sirius's brother, but what was his first name? Number 6, who does Neville Longbottom marry? Number 7, there are 3 sisters in this family: Bellatrix Lestrange, Andromeda Tonks, and one more. Number 8, what is the name of Fleur's sister? Number 9, when Ginny starts her first year of Hogwarts, which year are Fred and George going into? And number 10, what is the name of Albus Dumbledore's brother? 1 point for each of those answers for when we do that. Some people like to be organized before they do it. Right, round number 2. This is where it's important to think that it's probably... I've stress eaten 2 cupcakes already. Amazing. It's probably worthwhile just thinking about the fact that these are more film based in this round. So round 2 is a quotes round. I will be giving you a quote, then I will be asking you a question about it. So it might be who said it might be a fill in the blank, it might be what's the context of this. I will ask you the question after the quote. Each question will be different, so don't assume that it's just who said it or something like that. So quote first, then question, then you give your answer. So round 2, quotes round. There's 11 points up for grabs here. Number 1. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends. Which student of Hogwarts is this quote about? It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends. Which student of Hogwarts is this quote about? Number 2. I'm not going home. Not really. At the end of which film does Harry say this? I'm not going home. Not really. At the end of which film does Harry say this? You can give me the name of the film, or if you want to be quick, just put the number, I guess. Okay, this next one is a fill in the blank. Why spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the blank? Why spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the blank? The reason I'm saying that these are probably film quotes is because I'm not entirely sure if the film quotes are directly taken from the books or not. I'm not so clued up on the books that I know if they're in there or not, but I know that these are in the films. So they might be book quotes as well, but they might not be. So that's kind of why I'm saying think about the films. Number 4. That felt good. What causes Hermione to say this line? That felt good. What causes Hermione to say this line? Question number 5. We've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. Who said this? We've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. Who said this? I'm not sure why Alex has put a laughing face. I'm not sure if it's just me being Hermione. I'm not sure. Or the context of that line. I don't know. Number 6. Quite possibly my favourite line in the entire film series. That would be counterproductive, sir, is a line that Harry says to which professor? That would be counterproductive, sir, is a line that Harry says to which professor? Cracks me up every time. Okay, so Alex was laughing at the iconic answer to number 4. Okay, and Alice is loving it, but she's getting super competitive. This is great. I hope there's a fight after this. That's the Slytherin in me obviously coming out. I'm like, Slytherin, hope there's a fight. Number 7. And I need a cup of tea when I do this. This is my cup of tea, right? Morning. Who says this? I'm going to do that again because it was just iconic. Morning. Classic. Who says that line? Oh, that was a bit mean, Ryan. Now, number 8. Can't call yourself a Potterhead if you don't get this one right, and I'm standing by that. After all this time, always is an exchange between which two characters? You get 2 points for this, 1 for each correct answer. After all this time, always is an exchange between which two characters? Number 9. Well, if you two are going to chicken out, fine. I don't want to break the rules, you know. In which book does Hermione say this? Well, if you two are going to chicken out, fine. I don't want to break the rules, you know. In which book does Hermione say this? I feel a little bit like if any of you have done Helena and Martin's Disney quizzes, feels like your impressions are around, but slightly less interesting because there's not really any accents in this. They're not very interesting to do impressions of, but I kind of feel like I'm trying. Number 10. You're a little scary sometimes, you know that. Blank, but scary. What is the blank? You're a little scary sometimes, you know that. Blank, but scary. And I will tell you that it is Ron talking to Hermione. You're a little scary sometimes, you know that. Blank, but scary. What is the blank that Ron says to Hermione? Thanks, guys. I mean, it's nowhere near your I am not fast, because that was just the best thing ever. Right. Round number 2, recap. So, number 1, it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends. Which student of Hogwarts is this quote about? Number 2, I'm not going home, not really. At the end of which film does Harry say this? Why spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the blank? That felt good. What causes Hermione to say this line? Number 5, we've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. Who said this? Number 6, that would be counterproductive, sir. It's a line that Harry says to which professor? It's still my favourite line. Morning. Who says this? This is a teacup. Number 8, after all this time, always is an exchange between which two characters? That's a 2-pointer. Number 9, well, if you two are going to chicken out, fine. I don't want to break the rules, you know. In which book does Hermione say this? And number 10, you're a little scary sometimes, you know that. Blank, but scary. That is an 11-pointer. Thanks, Alice. Glad to know that my Ron is top notch. Okay, so that's an 11-point round. Round number 3. This is the one that I feel like Ryan is going to do the worst on. I can't vouch for any of the rest of you because I don't know what your knowledge is like, but Ryan sucks at people, like just knowing who people are. And round 3 is the cast of the films. Good luck. Here we go. This is where I would do the best because people is like my thing. I just remember who people are really easily, but some of the people don't. So we will see. Number 1. This is 2 points for question number 1. Name both actors who played Dumbledore. Name both actors who played Dumbledore. Callum's been revising. Nice. Is that by watching the films? Or going on IMDb? So both actors who played Dumbledore. I am going to give you a little bit of extra time in this round between questions. For some of you, it might be far too long, but for others, you might need it. This was the round that my family spent ages going, no, I'm not ready to move on. I've not got their answer yet. So I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time between each one. Number 2. Twilight actor Robert Pattinson played which character? Twilight actor Robert Pattinson played which character? I'm just thinking about how much controversy this this round caused in my house. Number 3. Who played Professor Minerva McGonagall? Who played Professor Minerva McGonagall? I will say that with this round, and actually with all the rounds, it doesn't matter to me what you've put down spelling wise, as long as you know what you've said. A lot of people are like, does it matter how I spell it? And I'm like, no, because I can't see it, as long as you know what you've put. Number 4. Ivana Lynch played which Hogwarts student? Ivana Lynch played which Hogwarts student? Number 5. Who played Sirius Black? Who played Sirius Black? I think it really wholly depends on what sort of person you are, will depend on how well you do in this round. Some people are like, I don't care who plays what. And some people are like, I must know all the actors. I am the second one. Ryan is the first one. But, we'll say a lot of them are quite famous as well. So depends if you kind of care who plays what. Number 6. Imelda Staunton played which iconic Hogwarts professor? Imelda Staunton played which iconic Hogwarts professor? Number 7. One actor played Professor Flitwick or Flitwick, I'm not entirely sure which way it is, Griphook, and one of the Gringotts bank tellers. Name that actor. One actor played Professor Flitwick, Griphook, and one of the Gringotts bank tellers. Name that actor. Number 8. Jason Isaacs played which character in the movies? Jason Isaacs played which character in the movies? So Ryan has just said, Callum, who's his housemate that he's playing with, Callum knows the actor and their characteristics, and I know the characteristics of each character, so we're a good team. I do feel like Callum would be the sort of person that would know actors, whereas you know characters. So yeah, I can see that. Number 9. This is a 2-pointer. This is possibly the hardest one of the round. The Phelps twins played Fred and George Weasley, but what are the Phelps twins' first names? The Phelps twins played Fred and George Weasley, but what are their first names? And last question in the film cast round. Who played Rubeus Hagrid? Who played Rubeus Hagrid? Right, I'm going to go through those again. That will be 12 points in that one because 2 of them had extras. So number 1, name both actors who played Dumbledore. That's 2 points. Number 2, Twilight actor Robert Pattinson played which character? Number 3, who played Professor Minerva McGonagall? Number 4, Evanna Lynch played which Hogwarts student? Number 5, who played Sirius Black? Number 6, Imelda Staunton played which iconic Hogwarts professor? Number 7, one actor played Professor Flitwick, Griphook, and one of the Gringotts bank tellers. Name that actor. Number 8, Jason Isaacs played which character in the movies? Number 9, the Phelps twins played Fred and George Weasley, but what are the Phelps twins' first names? And number 10, who played Rubeus Hagrid? That will be out of 12. I'll give you a few moments just to see if you need any repeats or if you're all good. If I don't hear any requests, I'll move on to the last round. Right, so the last round is general knowledge. So it's just kind of general Harry Potter questions. And there are 20 questions in this round. But there are 21 points because the last question you can get 2 points. So hopefully they're generic enough for people to be able to get answers and they're not too tricky, but there'll be some things that make you think. Okay, so general Harry Potter knowledge, 20 questions. Here we go. Question 1. Which class at Hogwarts has a different teacher for every year of Harry's education? Which class at Hogwarts has a different teacher every year of Harry's education? Number 2. Who was Hermione's date to the Yule Ball? Who was Hermione's date to the Yule Ball? Number 3. What subject does Hagrid teach? What subject does Hagrid teach? Number 4. What chess piece does the Lovegood house resemble? What chess piece does the Lovegood house resemble? Number 5. What is the name of Hermione's pet cat? What is the name of Hermione's pet cat? Number 6. What is the name of the poltergeist that lives at Hogwarts? What is the name of the poltergeist that lives at Hogwarts? Number 7. Which character was the commentator for Quidditch matches? Which character was the commentator for Quidditch matches? Number 8. In which body of water is Azkaban located? In which body of water is Azkaban located? Number 9. What genetic feature of his mother is Harry said to have acquired? It's a very fancy way of saying this when you know the answer. What genetic feature of his mother is Harry said to have acquired? Number 10. What is the name of the Wizarding newspaper based in London? What is the name of the Wizarding newspaper based in London? Number 11. Who was flying with Mad-Eye Moody when he was killed? Just to clarify the phrasing of that, when Mad-Eye Moody was killed, who was flying with Mad-Eye Moody? Who was flying with Mad-Eye Moody when he was killed? Apologise if you're not a Harry Potter fan and you didn't know that Mad-Eye Moody died. But if that's the case, probably don't do a Harry Potter quiz. Number 12. What is the name of the device that Dumbledore uses when extinguishing streetlights? Number 12. What is the name of the device that Dumbledore uses when extinguishing streetlights? Number 13. Which Patil twin did Harry take to the Yule Ball? Which Patil twin did Harry take to the Yule Ball? So for those of you that have said there are two answers, I'm assuming for number 12, you can put either. I have got both written down here. You don't get an extra point for putting the second one, but you can put both if you wish to. But for number 12, yes, there are two answers. I have got both here, so you are welcome to put whichever one you fancy. That was for number 12, but number 13 is still which Patil twin did Harry take to the Yule Ball? Number 14. Which dark wizard did Albus Dumbledore defeat in 1945? Which dark wizard did Albus Dumbledore defeat in 1945? Number 15. What is Tom Riddle's middle name? What is Tom Riddle's middle name? I've then got a fun fact for you guys for the answers. It makes me laugh every time I think about Tom Riddle's middle name. Number 16. What is Snape's Patronus? Now, I'm going to ask you to be specific here because I didn't let my brother have this answer because he wasn't specific enough. He gave genus rather than the actual animal. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you who know what that is. But yes, he wasn't specific enough, so I said no. Snape's Patronus, what is it? Number 17, sorry, number 17. What is the name of the book that Hermione gives to Harry ahead of his first Quidditch match? What is the name of the book that Hermione gives to Harry ahead of his first Quidditch match? Number 18. What is Snape's signature spell? A lot of S's there. What is Snape's signature spell? Number 19. What is the name given to someone who can talk to snakes? What is the name given to someone who can talk to snakes? And number 20, this is worth 2 points. Number 20, Harry met two ministers for magic while they were in power. Name them both. Harry met two ministers for magic while they were in power. Name them both. Oh, we've got some issues of spelling going on here. As long as you know what it means, I don't really care. So that last question 20, you get 1 point for each Minister for Magic that Harry meets while they were in power. This is the book, like book canon. If it is said anywhere else that he meets other Ministers for Magic while they're in power, do not take them into account. It's only the things that we learn in the books and the films. Right. Any repeats? Holler at me if you need any repeats. Before no, I'm going to do a run through of the round 4. Sorry. But then if you need any repeats of the other ones, think about them now. So, which class at Hogwarts has a different teacher for every year of Harry's education? Number 2, who was Hermione's date to the Yule Ball? Number 3, what subject does Hagrid teach? Number 4, what chess piece does the Lovegood house resemble? Number 5, what is the name of Hermione's pet cat? Number 6, what is the name of the poltergeist that lives at Hogwarts? Number 7, which character was the commentator for Quidditch matches? Number 8, in which body of water is Azkaban located? Number 9, what genetic feature of his mother is Harry said to have acquired? Number 10, what is the name of the wizarding newspaper based in London? Number 11, who was flying with Mad-Eye Moody when he was killed? Number 12, what is the name of the device that Dumbledore uses when extinguishing street lights? And you can have either of the two answers that I have written down here. Number 13, which Patil twin did Harry take to the Yule Ball? Number 14, which dark wizard did Albus Dumbledore defeat in 1945? Number 15, what is Tom Riddle's middle name? Number 16, what is Snape's Patronus? Number 17, what is the name of the book that Hermione gives to Harry ahead of his first Quidditch match? Number 18, what is Snape's signature spell? 19, what is the name given to someone who can talk to snakes? And 20, Harry met two ministers for magic while they were in power. Name them both. 2 points for that one. Do we need any repeats, or are we good? Let me know if you need any repeats. I'll give everyone a couple of moments, and then if you do not need repeats, we're going to crack on with the answers, I think. How are you all feeling? I think we're all going to be quietly confident because the people that I know personally are all big Harry Potter fans. So I know Alice is, I know Ryan is, I know Alex is, I know Aston is. In the first round, number two was, what is the name of Draco Malfoy's son? That was round 1, question 2, the name of Draco Malfoy's son. Ryan, no, there's not a round 5. It was 4 rounds, but because there was 20 in the 4th round, you could, I suppose, if you want to split that into 2 and make it 5 rounds, then great. But there's 50 questions. I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be a really close one. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to read the answers to round 1. Then you're going to tot up your answers and you're going to tell me how many you got. It's going to be fun that way. Is the second minister described as looking like a lion? I mean, if I'm completely honest, I have no idea. I just know there were 2 ministers for magic at the time that Harry was about. There was a 3rd minister for magic, but he was under the Imperius curse at the time There were 2 ministers for magic that Harry met. Then there was a third one that we don't really know anything about, and Harry didn't meet him. So I have no idea if he was described as looking like a lion. I literally have no idea. Right. Anyway, so Harry Potter families, round 1. Which Weasley child is the oldest? It is Bill Weasley. Sorry, I'm distracted by Aston's comment. Did anyone else have other half shouting stupid answers? Like Hagrid taught PE. What subject did Hagrid teach? PE. Yeah, I mean, I'd just slap him and shut him in another room. Maybe that's the Slytherin in me coming out. I'd be like, go away, and sit in another room. Yeah. Anyway, right. The Weasley child that's the oldest is Bill. Bill Weasley is the oldest. Right, sorry, I've just received a text from Ryan and I was interpreting it. Yes, Ryan, that would give the answer away, so don't put that in the chat. Thanks. Number 2, Draco Malfoy's son is called Scorpius. Scorpius Malfoy, which is the most Slytherin name I've ever heard, and I love it. So yeah, Scorpius. He was in the epilogue of the 7th book. I'm not sure it's said in the 7th film, but it's in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child as well. So you might know it from that. Number 3, what job do Hermione's Muggle parents have? They are dentists. They work in a dentist. Number 4, the county that the Dursleys live in is Surrey. Number 4, Privet Drive, Little Whinging, Surrey. Again, I'm not sure that's said in the films. I think it's on the envelope in the hole where Harry's stupid enough not to pick one up off the floor and he tries to catch it in the air like a weirdo. I think it's on the letters, it says Surrey, so you probably would know from that in the films, but it's said quite a bit in the books. Number 5, the initials RAB turn out to be Sirius's brother, but what was his first name? Regulus. Regulus Arcturus Black. Regulus was fine, so just put that. RAB in the locket, in whichever film that is, 7 part 1, maybe. You put the Weasleys' address. What county do the Weasleys live in? I don't know. I just know the Dursleys lived in Surrey. If you know what county the Weasleys live in, good for you. Number 6, who does Neville Longbottom marry? Again, this was the epilogue of the 7th book. It was Hannah Abbott. Hannah Abbott. I think we had a Susan Bones in our house, and we had a Penelope Clearwater and a Pansy Parkinson. I think they just named any female ever, but it was in fact Hannah Abbott. Yes, Lisa, you missed the quiz. You can catch up, but I'm giving the answers now, so I'd log out if you want to catch up. Number 7, there are. Oh, it's getting competitive in the comments. There are 3 sisters in this family: Bellatrix Lestrange, Andromeda Tonks, and Narcissa Malfoy. We all know Bellatrix Lestrange, Helena Bonham Carter, our queen. Andromeda Tonks is Nymphadora Tonks' mum, and Narcissa Malfoy is Draco Malfoy's mum. They are all sisters of the Black family. It's all very interesting when you get into the Harry Potter family trees. It's a very fun pastime if you're ever bored in lockdown. So Narcissa Malfoy was the answer you were looking for. You're not allowed it if it's Narcissus, which is what someone else in my family put. Number 8, Fleur Delacour's sister is Gabrielle. Gabrielle is Fleur Delacour's sister. She was used in the 4th book and film as a kind of pawn in the Triwizard Tournament. Number 9, Ginny starts her first year of Hogwarts. Fred and George are heading into their 4th year. So Ginny is in year 1, Fred and George are in year 4. We know that because Ginny's in year 1 when Ron and Harry are in year 2, because it's Chamber of Secrets, and Fred and George are 2 years older than Ron. And number 10, the name of Dumbledore's the name of Albus Dumbledore's brother is Aberforth. Aberforth Dumbledore. Right, that was out of 10. Tot up your scores and let me know what it is you got, because I'm interested to see how it's going to go down. I'm slightly delayed, so if you're putting your answers right now, I can't see them yet. Ooh, 7 and 8. I've got a 7 and an 8. 5. Oh, Aston. We've got an 8, an 8, an 8. This is good. Oh, Fiona's here. This is nice. James. Oh, James. James, sweetheart. 4. Hopefully you'll do better in other rounds. I'm got my money on James. James is going to be like the underdog. He's going to swoop in and he's going to win. So, great. Round number 2. I don't know how Helena and Martin are doing. I'm a bit worried about them because they're not responding. Number 2, quotes round. Here we go. This is a big one. Only one behind Mo still got this. Yeah, Ryan, you've still got it. You've still got it. It's fine. Right, round number 2, question 1. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends. Which student of Hogwarts is this quote about? It is, of course, about Neville Longbottom, and it makes me cry every time in the film. Because Dumbledore's like, hey, give points to everyone because I favour the Gryffindors. And then he's like, Neville. I just love Neville. He's so cute. So yeah, that's great, Neville. Number 2, I'm not going home. Not really. At the end of which film does Harry say this? It is film number 1. It is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I will also accept the Sorcerer's Stone, but I'm not sure any of you are American. I'm glad Aston cries too. Lisa, yes, Neville Longbottom is hot now. He definitely long-bottomed his way. Helen and Martin got 4. They're slightly delayed because they're watching on the telly. Got it. Right, number 3. Why spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies? I think he's actually more high-pitched when he's like, why spiders? Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies? He's a bit more whiny when he says it. Butterflies was the word you were looking for. It's Ron. Obviously, he hates spiders, doesn't want to follow the spiders. The next scene following that terrifies me to the ends of this earth. All the spiders all going down is not even worth talking about. Just not even. I actually don't watch it anymore. I just kind of go. So that was butterflies, the last word of that. Number 4, that felt good. What causes Hermione to say this line? It is, of course, punching Draco Malfoy in the face in the 3rd film. What a satisfying moment that is. As much as I'm a Slytherin, I dislike him quite a lot in that film. So she said that felt good. Something on the lines of punching Malfoy or decking him or any other inappropriate language you might wish to use in your quiz answer. Anything about punching Malfoy, basically. Number 5, we've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That was said by the lovely Sirius Black. Sirius Black said that quote, so that is your answer. Sirius is also fine. Number 6. The most iconic line. Oh, it just cracks me up. Daniel Radcliffe, what a dude. That would be counterproductive, sir. Which is literally exactly how he says it. It's a line that Harry says to Professor Slughorn. Professor Slughorn. It's the iconic moment where he's taken the liquid luck and he's heading down to. He's following Professor Slughorn to go and see the dead Aragog, because he's hoping to get some memories off of Slughorn. And he's high as a kite, and he's like, "You should be in bed, Harry." But that would be counterproductive, sir. It's cracks me up every time. So Slughorn was your answer, Professor Slughorn. Oh, I've got to watch them all again. Number 7. Morning. That is said by George. George says it. It's when Harry and Ginny share some sort of intimate moment, and he's in the background with his cup of tea and his bandage around his head, like morning, and then they look really embarrassed, which they should be because they're a slightly embarrassing couple in the films. Let's not talk about Ginny. So that was George, not Fred. Sorry, Fred. Number 8. After all this time, always. The classic exchange between Snape and Dumbledore. 2 points, 1 for each, Snape and Dumbledore. It's like probably the most commonly tattooed thing. Just say toothbrush in his ear. Yeah. So George has got his thing and his toothbrushes in his ear. The bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Right, cool. Number 9. Well, if you go to Don't Chicken Out, fine. I don't want to break the rules, you know. In which book does Hermione say this? It is Chamber of Secrets, or number 2, I guess. Chamber of Secrets. I think it's the bit where they're basically saying they don't want to do the Polyjuice Potion anymore, and she's like, I don't like breaking the rules, but we've got to do it if we're going to prove that Draco is the heir of Slytherin. Number 10. You're a little scary sometimes, you know that? Brilliant, but scary. Brilliant was your answer. It was really hard doing that in the questions round and not saying the word brilliant, because that's just a classic quote. So, right, that was it. This is out of 11 because you get an extra point for Snape and Dumbledore. Let me know how many you got out of 11. Oh, this is getting tense. Everyone's silent. Oh, 10, 10, 7, 9. This is intense. 8, 3. Oh, James, it's fine. You're the underdog. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. This is too much. 6. Oh, mate. It's counting on you. It's counting on you to beat Ryan. But you didn't. Oh, Bill McFarlane! You are kind of winning this right now. Yeah, Ryan, you spoke too soon. Yeah, Ryan, you're not. You're joint second. So cool. This is nice. Or are you joint second? Hang on a minute. Yes, you are. You are joint second. We are now going to move on to the film cast. Film cast. This is out of 12. Please bear that in mind. Number 1, name. This is really competitive in the comments right now. Name both actors who played Dumbledore. That was the beautiful Richard Harris and the slightly less beautiful Michael Gambon. You can see my Harry Potter opinions coming out in this quiz. Michael Gambon was too energetic for Dumbledore. He kind of annoyed me. But Richard Harris, what a beauty. Richard Harris and Michael Gambon. Richard Harris in the first 2 films. Michael Gambon in the rest. Because Richard Harris sadly passed away. Number 2, Twilight actor Robert Pattinson played Cedric Diggory. That name did not come out in any of my family for like 10 minutes. We were doing the rest of the quiz and suddenly like, oh, Cedric! And they just couldn't remember him. Yeah, yes, Alice. There was some very strange accents going on with Michael Gambon. And obviously let's not forget the the classic. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. And in the film, he's like, "Did you put name of the goblet on fire?" And he like yells it and pushes him against the wall. I'm like, Dumbledore wouldn't do that. How weird. Number 3, Professor Minerva McGonagall was played by Dame Maggie Smith. Dame Maggie Smith, of course. What? I was about to say what a lad, but I thought it's probably not really the way to describe Dame Maggie Smith. What a lad. Number 4, Evanna Lynch played Luna Lovegood. Luna Lovegood was played by Evanna Lynch. I'm not sure if this is a true story or just some sort of cute rumor by Harry Potter fans, but it seems that Evanna Lynch went as like a 11-year-old or something to J.K. Rowling book signing and said to her that she was beating anorexia. And J.K. Rowling said, "If you beat anorexia, I will give you a role in one of my films." And then she did. I'd love that to be true, but I don't know if it is. I don't know if that's a legit thing, but it's a very lovely story if that's the case. But yes, Evanna Lynch was Luna Lovegood. Number 5, Sirius Black was played by the iconic Gary Oldman. Sirius Black was played by Gary Oldman, who is a very famous actor, and who I didn't realise until a few years ago actually guest starred in a Friends episode, because he looked absolutely nothing like Sirius Black. But because he was very famous, he guest starred in Friends, as most famous people do. Number 6, Imelda Staunton played which iconic Hogwarts professor? She was, of course, Professor Umbridge. Umbridge, what an icon. She is a hideous human being and the worst character in Harry Potter, but iconic. Does anyone else like yell at the telly when she gets carried off by those trolls? And like and she's like, tell them I mean no harm. And Harry just stands there and goes, "Sorry, Professor, I must not tell lies." And I'm like, yes! I just yell at the telly every single time. Yes, Gary Oldman was in Friends, just to answer the question in the comments. The episode with Monica and Chandler's wedding, where Joey is in the film, the World War I film, and he is opposite a guy called Richard something. That is Gary Oldman, the guy that ends up being drunk on the second day of filming. Oh, sorry, Ryan. Carried away by centaurs, not trolls. Oh, then okay, yeah. Fiona has just answered my my question for what I just said. So yes, that's all very interesting. The one, yeah, the guy with the spitting. Yes, the guy with the spitting. Why have you got a picture in your pack? Why have you got a picture of Paulette in your pack? That one. Flitwick, Griphook, and the Gringotts bank teller was all played by Warwick Davies. Warwick Davies. Or possibly Davis. Warwick Davis? Davies. Maybe Davis. Warwick Davis. Either way, Warwick, and it's either Davis or Davies, but I'm actually not sure. For those of you who have their mind blown by the Friends thing, I'm going to come back to that at the end of the quiz. Jason Isaacs played Lucius Malfoy. I would not accept Malfoy because that's kind of Draco's nickname, I guess. Lucius Malfoy had to be specified. Not Malfoy's dad either, because it's not his name. The Phelps twins, played Fred and George Weasley. Their first names are James and Oliver. James and Oliver Phelps. I only knew that because I went through a phase of following them all on Twitter. So that's why I know. James and Oliver, 2 points, 1 point for each. And number 10, Rubeus Hagrid was played by the lovely Robbie Coltrane. I don't know he's lovely in person, but he seems it. So Robbie Coltrane played Rubeus. Out of 12, what did we all get? 12. I'm scared. I hope someone got 12. Ah, I got 12. Ryan got 11. Oh man, this is 8, 12, 6. James, you're going up in the world. 9, 5. Oh, Alex, it's all going wrong. So I think by my calculations, Fiona is still winning. Then it's Alice. Then it's Ryan, I think. Oh yes, Helena and Martin, look at you. Although I do feel like you guys would be like actor buffs. I feel like you would have an interest in people as much as I do. Right. General knowledge. This is the decider. Here we go, team. General knowledge. Question 1. Which class at Hogwarts has a different teacher for every year of Harry's education? That is, of course, Defense Against the Dark Arts. You wouldn't have films if they didn't. My besties, uni, roommates, boy. Sorry, hang on a minute. Let me have a minute. My besties, uni roommates, boyfriend's sister is and was still dating James Phelps. No way. Have you met him? Please meet him. Take a picture, send it to me. He's not ginger, he's actually brown. He's brown. He's brunette. Oh, mate, that's so fun. Martin's always on IMDb. Same. I have an account. I just like people. People interest me. Every time I watch a film or a TV show, I'm like, IMDb, see what else they've been in. I'm always like, who's that guy? And then I know because I search him on IMDb. So Martin, I'm with him. Right. Hermione's date to the Yule Ball was Victor Crumb. Victor Crumb. Number 3. Hagrid teaches care of magical creatures, although I really wish he taught PE. Because that would be hilarious. He teaches care of magical creatures in at least one film. Number 4. Which chess piece does the Lovegood house resemble? It is a rook. I will also accept castle. It is a rook. It kind of looks a little bit like a turret of a castle. So yeah, rook or castle, because I'm being kind. Number 5. Hermione's pet cat is Crookshanks. And I personally hate Crookshanks because I don't like cats. I never met him, but she showed me a picture and I was like, what's he like? And she replied, normal. Seems legit. Yeah. Cool. The name of the poltergeist that lives at Hogwarts. This is very much a book question. My dad didn't remember, so he put Moaning Myrtle, but she is not a poltergeist. She is a normal, standard ghost. The poltergeist that lives at Hogwarts is Peeves. Peeves, the poltergeist. He is a little bit mean, a little bit cheeky, and he is a ghost type creature that lives in Hogwarts. But that is a book knowledge, not a film knowledge. I'm disappointed they didn't put Peeves in the books, in the film. Sorry. But I suppose it was an extra element for them to have to think about when they already missed out so much. Which character was the commentator for Quidditch matches? That was Lee Jordan. Lee Jordan. Number 8. In which body of water is Azkaban? Azkaban. Wow. In which body of water is Azkaban located? And it's the North Sea. It is in the North Sea. It's mentioned briefly in passing at some point, I believe, in the books. Best thing left out of the films was Spew. Oh yeah. I don't know what the SP stands for, but it's Elfish Welfare, isn't it? But SP, the something for protection or something like Society for the protection of elfish welfare, maybe that might have been what it is. But yes, I agree. Spew was left out of the films, and it upsets me. Where okay, everyone is agreeing that the Society for the Protection of Elfish Welfare is what's happening. It should have been Rick Mayall in the film as Peeves. Oh, that is a good fact to know. I'll remember that. Okay, good, thanks. The genetic feature that Harry is said to have acquired from his mother is her eyes. Although, if you remember the flashback in I think it's the Potsy in the last film, the 8th film, and the girl that plays Lily as a child has like bright green eyes, but Daniel Radcliffe has got brown eyes or something like that. There's just a massive issue with the eye canon. So her eyes was basically what you were doing. Oh, they even filmed it, but he kept making the kids laugh. Well, that's the point. That's what people should have done. The Wizarding newspaper is the Daily Prophet. The Daily Prophet. Number 11. Mad Eye Moody was flying with Mundungus Fletcher when he was killed. That was what Ryan texted me earlier that I had to stop and read, because he said, I just got number 11 and I shouted it in Creature's voice, although he spelled creature wrong. I'm just going to point that out. I shouted it in Creature's voice. Would this give the answer away? And I was like, yes, because when Creature kind of goes, Mundungus Fletcher. There you go. Ryan just put in the comments. That would kind of give it away slightly. But there you go. That was Mundungus Fletcher. What is the name of the device that Dumbledore uses when extinguishing streetlights? As Aston pointed out earlier, there are two answers. I didn't say this at the beginning because I didn't feel it relevant. But it is either called a deluminator or a put-outer. I actually had to change the question. I originally put, what is the name of the device that Dumbledore uses when putting out streetlights? Then I thought, actually, hang on a minute. The answer is put-outer. So I probably should change it. So extinguishing ended up being the answer. The question, sorry. So put-outer or deluminator. You don't get 2 points if you put both. If you put either of them, you can have a point. 13. Which Patil twin did Harry take to the Yule Ball? If you didn't know, it was probably a 50-50. It was Parvati that he took, and Ron took Padma. Is it 1 or 2 points for Deluminator / Ron's little friend? Wow. Aston, I am also team put outer as well. Like, I never called it a deluminator, it was always a put outer because that's what he called it in the first book. So I was always like, put outer. It would have been super cool if my ring light ran out of batteries just then when I did that. So Parvati is the answer to number 13. The Dark Wizard that Albus Dumbledore defeated in 1945 was Grindelwald or Grindelwald, depending on who you are and how you like to pronounce it. They should make a film about that. That'd be really good. Probably do really well in the box office. Number 15. Tom Riddle's middle name is Marvolo or Marvolo, again, depending on what sort of person you are. But you all probably know this already, but I'm going to tell you anyway because it makes me laugh every time I think about it. The fact that in the French version of Harry Potter, the French books, he is it's Jesudor or something like that. Jesudor Elvis Riddle or something like that. I did the anagrams, check the spelling on this, hilarious. It's like Jesudor Elvis Riddle or something like that, because then they have to rearrange it to make Je suis Lord Voldemort. And it's something along those lines. But it does make me laugh that his middle name is Elvis, because Elvis, like, it makes me laugh. And in the French versions, a wand is a baguette. Baguette. Oh, it just cracks me up. Yeah, so Marvolo or Marvolo. Number 16. Be specific. Snape's Patronus is a doe. Now, I didn't give this to my brother because he put deer. And he said, but a doe is a deer. A female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. But he said, but a doe is a deer. And I was like, yes. But Harry's a stag. His dad's is a stag. His mum's is a doe. Snape's is a doe. Like, if you just put deer, it could be any sort of deer. So doe, put deer or stag. You are wrong. Doe. Number 17. The name of the book that Hermione gives to Harry ahead of his first Quidditch match is Quidditch Through the Ages. Quidditch Through the Ages, which we actually have here at home as a book. Not sure why. Never read it, but we got it. We've also got Fantastic Beasts somewhere to find them. Number 18. Snape's signature spell is Sectum Sempra. Sectum Sempra. My dad did not get that. At the end, he asked, "Why is that Snape's signature spell?" And we were like, "It's literally the one in his book." And Dad was like, "What book?" And we were like, "The potions book." And he was like, "What potions book?" And we were like, like that one in the 6th book. And he was like, "No, I don't remember it." And I was like, "It's literally the whole point of the film." How can you not get that? So Sectum Sempra was the answer to that one. Number 19. This might catch some of you out. It might not. A Parselmouth is the name given to someone who can talk to snakes. If you put Parseltongue, you are wrong, and it does not count. A Parselmouth is the person who can talk to snakes. Parseltongue is the language. That caught out my mum and dad. My brother got Parselmouth, but my parents both put Parseltongue. So it's very, very tricky. And number 20. Harry met 2 Ministers for Magic while they were in power. Name them both. I'm really interested to know which one looks like a lion, because I just obviously missed that completely. Number 1 was Cornelius Fudge, and number 2 was Rufus Scrimgeour. Cornelius Fudge and Rufus Scrimgeour. That is 1 point for each of them, so that's a 2-point question. Please let me know how many you got in that round. If you got the Parselmouth question, because I'm interested to know who tripped up on that, and how many you got overall out of 54. This is tense. My heart's like. $21. Nice! 4 marks. You have a bonus point for putting Hermione Granger. Why would you put Hermione Granger? No. 10. Okay, 10 for that round. That was about half. 19 out of 21. 20 out of 21. Pretty decent, team. Pretty decent. $18 on that round. 17 on that round. 48 in total. So 48 is the first total we have got so far. 48 out of 54. 44 out of 54. This is pretty decent scores, team. I love it. 48 as well. 46. So we've got a joint first between Fiona and Alice at the moment. 38, 46. Okay, so at the moment we have joint first, Fiona and Alice, and joint second, Ryan and Rachel. That appears to be our thing. And then third appears to be Aston. That is it. James, you did a wonderful job. What a sport. What a sport. Alex, I'm slightly disappointed. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. So just gonna blow my own trumpet for a minute, guys, right? I mean, who is the ultimate Harry Potter fan, really? Because I came up with all the questions. The only question that I actually had to Google was, I was missing a question, basically. So the only one I had to Google was the shape of the Lovegood house. So that was the only one I didn't really know. But the rest, I came up with. So actually, I think we'll find I won the quiz. Hello, Martin 35. Not too bad. Not too bad. Connor would like me to point out who was involved in the answers. Unless Hagrid did PE, Connor, hun. I don't think so. So I'm going to give Aston the credit for that. I'm going to come back to Friends now because next week is a Friends quiz. Wow, what? And you guys are all like, what, Friends? And I was like, what, Friends? Yeah, next week, 7:30 p.m, Monday the 18th, I'm going to be doing a Friends quiz. I'm going to clarify now, Friends, the TV series, not questions about my friends. So sorry, Alex, you're not going to necessarily be able to answer questions about yourself. So yes, we are doing a Friends quiz next week, and I am so buzzed. I'm so here for it because if I know anything about anything, it's Friends. Chances are I'll do better on a Friends quiz than a Disney quiz, which is baffling. But yeah, I'm here for this. So hopefully you guys that were buzzed about the Friends question earlier, hopefully you'll also be here for my Friends quiz. I've already created a little thing. I'm gonna post it out tonight, let everyone know we're gonna smash this. Someone's got to beat Fiona as well, because I mean she's won now like 3 weeks in a row. So so someone's gotta take her down. We need to know what your Friends knowledge is. But yeah, we're gonna do Friends next week. So please join me and swat up between now and next week on Friends, particularly actors in Friends, because that will be around. And Gary Oldman will not be involved. So Martin, get on IMDb. Everyone else, get on IMDb. We're doing a Friends quiz next week. So I will see you all again next week for a Friends quiz. I hope you have fun. Thank you for joining me and taking part. It's been great fun and it gives me something to do. So I will see you all next week, hopefully at 7:30 for a Friends quiz. Cheerio. Enjoy your week.